I'm Tom. I'm a system engineer with Zimmer Live, now already for a couple of years. We have an acoustic setup that we are not carrying ourselves on this tour for the Australia-Asia one. So we get a lot of, we got a JPJ setup over here. We got some other companies who are supplying us for the China shows, Hong Kong, etc. But we always have kind of the same approach and the same PA design that Colin and I made together. And I've, kind of made some changes, also the way how I like it and how I work. So we've got a big main PA with, at the moment, 20K ones and 4K 2 down. Then at this point we have only one big side PA of 12K 2. Normally we have around a side PA with 8K2 and about 9 to 12 Cara2s. And we got some flown subwoofers, 12 KS28s per side. Then on the floor, another 24 KS28s with 10 A15 as front fill speakers. And at this arena we use 9 Cara for delay. And it also varies between. Of course, with acoustics, they got this very good designer software called Sound Vision. Yep. So before the start of this tour, I had our main system drawn in and had an overlay of all the venues, if it would fit in all of the venues, that we would have one PA with us for the at least all the arenas that we had here in Australia. And when that is all said and done, I made my file. Did even some delaying, EQing, all that kind of stuff what I can already do before. Then I exported it to the Network Manager. That's the software we use for monitoring the whole system. Yep. But it also has got something cool that's called the M1. And the M1 is measuring software from acoustics, where I can have multiple locations throughout the arena where I can make sweeps, so it makes sweeps and not a ping noise. So I can have the whole frequency band and I can have a look on every location what my sweeps are doing, or what the PA is doing on those locations. Then I can make measuring, after those measurements I can make it averages out of it, have a look if I average some different locations together, what that would do. And already do some offline EQing, let's say this, before I even listen to the PA.
This is all virtual?
This is actually all virtual, yeah. So it had some stuff that I already did in Sound Vision. It had some stuff that I do after these measurements in the M1. Also the auto aligning will be done over there as well. So I'll have some kind of place where I've got different sources coming together. And I can quickly even see where is crossover points and make sure that actually all phase lines look quite nice, at least for that particular location, of course. So that's the M1, M1P1, and if that is all set up, I'll of course have a listen, go around in the whole room, and adjust what is needed. And
so every
how
arena
Colin
has
likes
its own idiosyncrasies, as it were. It's got its own little modes and own little kind of gotchas, sure. I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say, this is the third venue we're in now in Australia. They're actually all sounding pretty good. I knew way worse arenas than these ones. Today, the only trouble you have a bit, there's some glass in here around the tiers. So yeah, that is something. Okay, you get a little bit of slapback for that. Try to reduce it as much as possible. But yeah, sometimes those are things you need to deal with.
Yep. And how, I know Colin doesn't like to use the word loud or soft, but how hot does the show get?
Well, actually not that loud. I don't have got the real peaks anymore at this point. But normally we are dBA peak is around 100. Yep. Let's say over 10 minutes we are between 89 and 90 dBs, dBAs. So it's not a loud show, but the impression it is big.
Yeah. No, even in soundcheck you can sense that. So I know you're not completely impartial. You're a bit of an acoustics man, known as such. But what do you like about working with the acoustics route?
Yeah, to be honest, the cool thing about acoustics is it's very constant. It doesn't matter if you got the Cara with you or the K1, they all sound kind of the same. Of course, they got a different frequency curve. Of course, they're like a bigger or a smaller loudspeaker, but they still have that same acoustic sound that we are also looking for. And also in combination with like software like the M1 P1, I can really make my small Cara side PA sound together with the K1 PA as one PA, and that is we had actually a lot of compliments on this gig that people said that they couldn't hear the PA, so they didn't notice the PA,
Not conscious of it.
and that is actually the best compliment we can get. And of course, like the main PA, of course everybody knows the sound is coming from those big loudspeakers, but also we do a lot with delays, we do a lot with extra or multiple side PAs, and people are always like, yeah, why do you do that? Why do you need so many arrays for such a short distance? Maybe it's yeah, because we have a more theatrical approach on it than it's just a rock and roll show with a big left-right system. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
But it is still, you're not doing sort of any clever kind of localizations. You're not doing sort of any.
We do so with our side PAs and with the front fills.
Okay.
Easily said, we have a matrix. We matrix delay 17 positions from the stage to every one of those loudspeakers. So that all those distances are measured, and they should be the same every day, of course. So yeah, the arrival times are completely right, and especially in the front when you hear something acoustically, it's coming out of the speaker.
Gotcha.
At the same time.
Just
Yeah.
need to talk hands into using Elisa next time, I suppose.
Yes. Well, I have an Elisa processor with me at this moment, and I am playing around with. Like, we are playing around with it. Like in Sydney, we had a left, center, right delay. So that was for me a good place to already like start to make some, at least have some listening to the possibility of an Elisa system. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, for this show.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.